Tughlaqabad Fort is a gigantic fortress, the largest in Delhi. It is spread over 1900 acres, which is equal to almost 1500 football fields. It was built by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, the founder of the Tughlaq dynasty in India. For that particular story, click here before continuing with this video. It is said that he was once with the Sultan Mubarak Shah Khilji, remember that guy? Near Mehrauli. Tughlaqabad is today when he suggested that the Sultan build a fort there. The Sultan jokingly responded that he should build the fort for himself only when he became Sultan. As destiny would have it, this prophecy later came true. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq began the construction of the fort in 1321 CE and he really did his job well. Enter the causeway after purchasing a ticket at the counter. As you near the fort of the fort walls, you will notice that there are several layers of rock in it. The outermost wall is covered in a hard metal called quartzite to protect it, and there is also a layer of rough cut stones or glasses inside which strengthens the wall to make it almost impossible for enemies to damage them. The layout of the fortified city is divided distinctly into three segments, which its palaces, fortified towers, baolis, mosque, and the rest of the city dwelling is visible even today. Enter the fortress. That is the door you'll see on the right side, that's the one on the left side. Turn left and walk up the steps. There are visible holes in the walls where the archers and snipers were placed to shoot the targets without revealing themselves. Also visible from here is the magnificent tomb of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, where we'll go a little bit later. There is also a walkway that was probably a corridor in the Tughlaq days. Also notice ruins like those in Pompeii, Italy around you that you would have previously been palace rooms, which are now of course broken down. When you walk straight, there are giant arches visible which remain sturdy even till today. These could have been the remnants of giant halls or ballrooms perhaps. This is what it looks like from here. Continue walking towards the southwest direction. You'll see the pillars of palace rooms perhaps centuries ago where the emperor lived. Eventually you'll reach a giant baoli or a stepwell, which is where the water for the people of the city was stored. Up there is a place from where, using a pulley, the water was pulled up. Walk back and cross over to the other side of Tughlaqabad. On the left, a bastion is visible where the soldiers probably stood and defended the fort from. If you keep walking past the arches to the left, you reach the enter of the inner citadel. On your left is a sunken pit probably used to keep drains. On walking straight and turning towards the right, you reach a subterranean storage tunnel, which is where the ammunition, grains, and even a gold treasury was once kept. Today, however, you're more likely to encounter bats here. Walk up the Burj Mandal, the highest point from which you can see the entire fortress spread out before you, including ruins of palaces and rooms and courtyards, possibly even from the Mughal era. The large structure towards your right was once a double-storied bastion from where twice the number of soldiers in the usual bastion could stand to defend the fortress. The scene before you may remind you of a refugee scene from the prominent Bollywood film Bhag Milkha Bhag, which was also shot here. We're now going to walk across the road leaving Tughlaqabad behind us towards Ghiyasuddin's tomb across the road. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq surrounded his tomb with fortress-like walls for the protection against the enemies. Once you enter, you'll notice how ornate the tomb is. It has a marble dome and sandstone walls, which are very rare building materials. The inside, on the other hand, is relatively plain and contains graves of Ghiyasuddin and his wife. No one knows who's in the third one till date. Thank you.